Hey everyone, Frugal Panda here. Quick show of how I got my van set up. I'm preparing for a short trip. I got a bigger one planned in the spring, but I got to test out my bed. And so I'm prepping once I get some actual days off to go somewhere within 100 miles of where I live in Colorado near Denver. So I want to get it prepared and spend a cold night and see how it goes. See, I got everything packed in here. Trash can right there. I don't know. I don't want to get rid of it because I've had it in here since I got the thing. Because I'd use it, honestly, a trash bag. But it'll work for small stuff. But honestly, you know, anybody that goes camping knows that is not going to do it. But I'll leave it in here for now until I decide what I want to do. I hate just to waste stuff. Platform, I have different boxes of stuff with the basic bungee cord, real simple. Cut the bottoms of the curtains. It was easy to do, no issues. 3 panels up here. It's not fully closed right now. I'll open it back up because I do use this as a commuter car sometimes, and I use it a lot more in the winter. Showed this before, but you can make it a little higher by just pulling it up. And then you could, so I don't fall, you could pull the panels and they fully close. Real simple bungee cord system, one long bungee cord right across. Holds it well, no. See, I have a refrigerator, freezer. It's only going to be used as a refrigerator, so it just sips juice. Little box for kitchen stuff, like foods and stuff. Collapsible little thing to wash your dishes, your face, or you know, whatever else. Clothes. There's a variety of water. I still have plenty of room, and honestly, some of the stuff I can downsize too. And I got a spot for my 2 Jackeries. I have a Jackery 240 and a Jackery 160. The Jackery 240 will power the refrigerator, which plugs into my power of my van. So while I'm driving, it's always fully charged, and then once I stop, it can hold a charge for over a day for it, and I have a backup 160 in case I needed it. And I also have a 90 watt solar panel. Power 160 refrigerator. Not the biggest refrigerator, and I don't need a big one. All this is really for is just to hold, like, say, basic eggs, meats, anything that's small that needs refrigerator. It would hold plenty of meat and stuff for me for a couple of days, and regardless, it would save me a lot of money. And this was actually really cheap, but I made sure when I bought it on Amazon, I got the 3-year, I think it's 3-year warranty for a few bucks more. So I have no worries about it. And it does not use a lot of power. That's why I got a smaller one. You just take it, push it back in here, and there you go. It's right back in its place. 2 little fans I can put anywhere. They have rechargeable batteries in them, but I also use them with the Jackery 160, and they fully power these for days at a time on high. No worries with this. And that's before you even use the rechargeable batteries. That's with them plugged in. And one of them I've used for a very long time is like my fan in my bedroom, and no issue. So they're good quality. They got used 7 nights, even when I work night shift, used them during the day. The one during the day for noise, and they put out blow lots of air for the size of them. My little camping rechargeable fan, light, and I also have a Goal Zero collapsible one too. That I don't have out yet that's rechargeable, that works excellent. Only thing I need to get, I don't think I have any right now, I need a red light. So I'll start looking for a red light or just a red light flashlight. It's not hard to find, just getting one to put in here. Window covers, they're not the best, but I tried them the first time. Next time I make them, I'll make them a lot better, but honestly, they work really well. I have them for all the back windows back here on the other side too. It's the same, and for the rear. It gets pretty dark in here. Of course, I have the gap right here, up here on the curtain. No issues for me. I also have a cover for the front if I really need it that goes on the inside, just a sunshade. And it works if I need a little more, but it sits up so high, it's good to go. A little light here, I've had this in here forever. It's got a magnet on it. I bought it as seen on TV. Goes down in here, turns on different settings. Just stuck it there. It's been there forever. It works. I believe it was a kitchen mat that I got I got while it's on clearance. Basically, you know, I got it's pretty cheap because, you know, if you put your knees down on that, there's different little metal things where the chairs would pop into place. They'll tear up your knees. With that on there, no issues. The form is super simple. First time ever trying to do this. I'm not a carpenter. I can do little things here and there. Once I do it once, I do it a lot better the next time, but the first time's always the hardest. Definitely sturdy enough. Reinforced with brackets. It works fine, especially for my first one doing it. All I did with the rear is, as you know, these are not even. These minivans, caravans, Grand Caravans are not even, so this was sticking off the floor. So all I did was add a little piece on the bottom, wood glue, and put the little furniture pads underneath. It's good to go. No issues with it, and it works for now. Like I said, it's not a beauty contest for this. This is something I wanted to make sure I could use when I'm going out, and it works fine. Here's a twin. This is actually for a twin. It was on clearance too. I think I paid $6. And then I got a Trifold 4-inch foam sleeping pad. They say mattress. I say more like a pad, but definitely comfortable enough. Better than the ground, way better than the ground. And tested it with my sleeping bag and the covers on it, works great. I'm really wanting to get out on the road and at least do some short trips because my schedule is really busy right now. But at least do some short ones because I really want to test it out and see what I'm looking at. I've slept in this before, camping, but that's on the floor with a mattress on the floor that took up all this room. It took up most of the room. And I was tired of that crap. House with me, I have a 3-inch foam mattress for her, because a lot of times I like to take off on my own too. I have a 3-inch foam little mattress that goes right here where the mat is, and that seat drops down fully into the floor, no issues. And she just puts it out, sleeping bag, and I've tested it, and it's definitely comfortable. So it works. So when she goes with me too. Okay, so you can see I'm sitting in the back in a, what is this, second row seat, though, the single one I left up. I leave the single one up for my kid, who's, I always say he's 11, he's now 12. Time starts flying, you know. So when it's me, the lady, and my son, he would sit back here in the second row seat, which he actually likes it a lot better sitting back here because the bed's right next to him. I can take this out too, by the way. I just don't feel like taking it out because sometimes she may go somewhere that I don't want to go, like Florida. I've been to Florida. It's not my thing. So sometimes in the winter, her and her girlfriend will and take my son, and they'll go off to like Florida or somewhere. So on a whim, sometimes, this is what happened last year, is I'll hop on, I'll have some days off and I'll take off. And so last time they went to Florida, I was sitting around with the dog and I was like, And all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I got the minivan. Let's go. And I grabbed the dog and took off to, where'd I go? Oregon, for like 2-3 days. Like I drove from Denver to Oregon for like 2 or 3 days. And it was the best thing I did because it really started putting things in perspective of where I want to be in 4 to 5 years, in regards to a new adventure in life. And a lot of you guys understand that, you know. And so my plan is this. This is my personal plan. Right now I'm working a lot at my job. You know, a lot of you guys know I work in a hospital setting, and I work in hospital settings. So right now I'm just grinding it out, stacking my vacation and holiday. I get holiday time and all that stuff. So when I work holidays, I get an extra 8 hours of not vacation, but they put in a different pot, holiday. Anyway, so I want to hopefully in the spring, I got this grandiose plan to take a month off from work. Will I get, and I can take a month off, but will I take a month off? Well, that's to be seen. But will I take a week or 2 off? That's guaranteed, because my plan is, and she knows this. She says, you're planning a secret trip. And I said, yep, I am. I don't know yet, but I'm planning one. I kind of do know, but I don't want to jinx it. But my plan is I want to go explore Washington State. I've said it in other videos. So I just want to go check it out. Check out Tacoma, check out their coastal areas, check out their forests, just, do stuff to get away from the grind, man. And a lot of you guys who work in the cities and work in hospitals or healthcare, you know what I mean. And, I neglected myself for years and years of like doing stuff like that. And once I started really doing it, it was like, whoa, where have I been? What have I been doing? I should have been doing this more so. And, you go camping, you do all that with the kids, but sometimes you need time by yourself. And it really helps me because in the business I've been in for 20 years, after a while, the stress starts getting to you and you don't even realize it sometimes. I started having like anxiety, and I didn't even know, and I work in mental health, and I didn't recognize at first I was having anxiety. I thought it was like having a heart attack and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my God, what is it, and I started realizing, no, it's not that. You're working I'm working 2-3 jobs in mental health, like, dealing with problems at one place to go deal with people with problems at another place. And you've been doing it a long time. Hormone changes, things like that. I'm 40 some years old. So got to take care of yourself. And once I figured it out, I was like, oh no, let's cut down. So let one of my jobs go, stayed with the place I've been with for 11, 12 years, I think. Now, when I built this out, I was thinking, she sometimes will go to Florida. My spouse, she'll go to Florida and take her son. And a lot of times I don't go to Florida. I've been to Florida, whatever. It's tourist traps a lot of the places. So she'll take off. And I'll say, I ain't gonna plan. I'm gonna sit around here, play video games, hang out, work on stuff. And all of a sudden I'll look and I see I got the minivan sitting out there. I have another car. I have my sedan. But then I got this minivan, and every time, it never fails, all of a sudden I'll work a night shift or something at the hospital, and I'll get home, and it hits me right then and there. I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere. I'll throw the dog in here, some clothes, take a quick shower, and drive until I'm tired, go take a nap, keep driving. So I want to set this up so that when I get like that, in which I do get like that quite a bit, it's ready to go. I'm comfy. And it's also it's usable. See, before I would have a regular mattress in here that was easy to fold. You could fold it in half, but that dang thing took up so much room. And you got your dog. My dog's trying to lay on it with me on the floor and all that stuff. And my dog, when he's hairy, he's hairy. And we've been out camping or doing stuff, he's dirty. So I'm like, nah. And so I built this, so now my dog has plenty of space back here to lay on the floor, especially if it's just me and him. Then this chair goes away unless I want to use it. Like, I'm back here right now. I can sit back and, be in here relaxing and all that stuff. So I can do that if I really need to, which I will use his chair, but he's got plenty of space down there. And if he hops up here, he might hop up here. It just feels cleaner up like this than that mattress on the ground in here that took up the whole entire area back here, because it was like a queen and it took up almost everything. So you couldn't really pack that well with it. When we went out to Oregon one time, we took that mattress. That mattress is a pain in the butt. I was going to make this a fold out, like you had 2 pieces of plywood and one folded out and it could have legs attached to make it a full-size queen, which I still think about doing, but I was like, it didn't make any sense. Because the easiest thing to do was just buy a 3-inch mattress pad, and we put it down on the floor. And as for her, she can sleep on that. Or if she really wanted to, she can sleep up here with me. And I also have a hammock that actually attaches up in here and goes across ways he can sleep in. But then during the day, all that crap goes away, and we don't feel like we're crunched in here, where the big old mattress made it crunched in because you can't pack well. And I also have a hitch on the back, and I have actually storage units. So if I really want to, a lot of the stuff underneath can go right in there. So you can even have more room. So I thought I want to share my getaway vehicle, because that's all this is. This is my getaway vehicle. It's when I get the hair to take off and go do something, go camping. So like I said, I'm planning a 1 or 2 day trip to test it. I want to do it in the cold weather. First, I can already tell when you have the little insulate window covers up, it gets warmer in here. And I think with that curtain up in here, it's warmer definitely too. It's one of those curtains that blocks out the sun and all that. It's pretty hefty. And like I said, I have for all the windows. I also have a small Mr. Buddy, but I know about Mr. Buddies and I've used them for years. So the only thing I'd ever use it for is in the morning if I need to heat it up and I didn't want to start it. But usually, to be honest with you, I start my vehicles in the morning. My greatest fear is having a dead battery out in the middle of nowhere, even though I have a starter. And a lot of times I carry an extra car battery just to have it. Usually one that's out of one of my old cars. Like actually the one for this is a new battery, and I still have the old one because I bought this used from a dealership, but I never trust the battery that comes with it. So I always put a new one in and use the other one as a backup. So anyway, definitely set up. It's a lot more comfortable. It's ready to go. I'm ready to go. It's the holiday season. I'm grinding right now. As many of you know, it's one of those times you got a job. This is the time to grind. So I want to grind. But coming up, it's going to be a 1 or 2 day trip. Somewhere within 100 miles of where I live in Denver. Something simple to go check this out when it's cold, you know. I also have to use common sense. This is front wheel drive. It's a van. So vans do pretty well in the snow. It has Michelin Defenders, but it doesn't have winter tires. It does good, but don't overdo it. So will I take it up in the mountains? Probably not, because if it's snowing down here, it's snowing up there. So anyway, I just thought I'd make a video on this, you know, talk about it a little bit and what I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to go with this. My plan is a Washington trip, or Arizona. Arizona would be this time of year in the spring, in early spring. Now it's early spring. Washington, though, I'm ready to go investigate it. And of course, you know, if I go to Washington, if I do take a month off, I'm going to Oregon too. That's a guarantee. I at least got to spend a few days up in Washington. I have no issues with Washington. I went up there when I was younger. Me and my spouse were a really young couple. We loved Washington. I think the beaches in Oregon, actually I know this, I really like them, but I just want to go check it out, see everything. Make sure I don't want to put it on my short list too, because the guarantee is it's Northwest. That's a no-brainer. It's going to be the Northwest. There's nowhere else I want to move in the United States right now, except for the Northwest. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good day. Just wanted to show you a little bit of what I've done to it. And I highly do recommend the Jackery 240. The 160, if you can catch it on a super cheap deal, and you just need is really backup to power your fans and just basic stuff, and to charge your laptop and get started, or your funds are lower, you know, right now. I know a lot of people are having a lot of hard times right now. You catch it on sale. I got it for $110. I didn't want one, didn't really need one, but $110, I picked it up because it's a great backup to a backup. Anyway, everyone, have a good day.